Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your love life reading for May 2020. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. This is for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And we're just going to tap into your love life. If you're my regular, you know, generally I do a general reading with a love life reading. I'm trying to make the readings a little bit shorter, so separating them so it doesn't take me so long to upload, because the upload time can take forever. So I'm hoping to bring you more readings, more bonus readings as well, different things that I've been doing, as well as on my Patreon. So if you haven't heard yet, I did start my Patreon channel. The link is in the description box below. There are several different tiers if you just want to be a supporter, or if you want full access to all the extended readings and bonus readings that I do. So anything that I decide to dive deeper into and extend from the YouTube reading will be available on my Patreon channel if you would like to book a personal reading. The link is also in the description box below. So some of you here, well, this did come out in reverse. Maybe, you know, you're trying to get to know each other. If you're interested in someone, but you're just not making the effort, or they're not. I feel like someone's a little checked out. It doesn't mean they're not interested or that you're not interested. I think it's just times are tough right now. So take a step back. Maybe don't force the situation. If there is someone that perhaps you started talking to before quarantine, or if you've been perhaps still, you know, getting to know people, meeting new people, it just feels like someone here isn't making the effort, whether that's you or them. Anyway, so as I was saying, you can book a personal reading. In the description box below is a link to my Etsy shop. What else? So if you want to check out your other signs readings, your other placements, also in the description box below for a free natal chart. So let's just get started. For your love life, I'm going to do singles and couples for the month of May 2020. Your general reading is also coming up, and I will, you know, have that for you maybe within the next week. I've been working on some Patreon readings that I'm going to be uploading, and I want to thank my very first patron, Aggie. Thank you so much. Okay, someone got the engagement card here, as well as Sarah and Jessica. Thank you guys for being a part of my Patreon channel. I absolutely appreciate you guys so much. You know who else I appreciate and who else I'm thankful for? All my frontline workers and my first responders, everyone who hasn't had a day off or a time for themselves to feel better. Whatever your situation, I am sending you so much love and strength and support. I appreciate you guys so much, because I see you, right? Like, we know we wouldn't be able to have groceries or any of that stuff. Our trash being picked up on a weekly, groceries being made available, things like that. So I appreciate you guys, and I wish you all the best. So let me have a card for Cancer singles. Straight up single, wondering when you're not going to be single anymore. Maybe you got your eye on someone. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. And a card for the couples. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign couples, please. Married couples, committed relationship. Maybe some of you in-betweeners going back and forth. This one. Wow, healing family issues. Okay, so my Cancer friends, you're going through some tough times. Single or couples. Perhaps both cards may be applying to you guys. I do feel, well, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, but you know, I know that that's what the card says, but I feel that that card doesn't just have to be about forgiving your parents. You know, some people go through tough times, trauma, family dysfunction. And maybe it's not at the hands of your parents, but I'm hearing they're partially to blame. Somebody here is blame, like if my parents would have been more on top of this, or more dependable, or more whatever, you know, we wouldn't have gone through half the shit we went through growing up. Okay, so I am hearing that. Anyway, at some point, whether you're ready or not, Cancer, forgiving and learning, and then releasing is the biggest freedom. That big breath of fresh air when that happens. So forgiving and learning for my Cancer singles, let's clarify that, please. Ten of Swords. There is absolutely something that needs to be forgiven here. Hanged Man energy. Three of Wands. Some of you need to forgive yourselves. If you feel stuck, like you haven't been able to move forward. Speaking of moving forward, it's like something's holding you back from moving forward. Codependency issues or toxic behavior. Doesn't necessarily mean it's your toxic behavior, but the toxic behavior of other people. You know, like you keep forgiving a friend, a family member, they keep hurting you, things like that. I feel like some of you are just like seriously over and done with. There you go. Nice way to end it. Let me move this card up. So here it is for my Cancer singles. Listen, if you feel like you haven't been able to move forward in your love life, too much pain from the past, so much has happened, especially if you're a mother with children, or this is something that has to do with your mother, if you are, you know, your mother's child, your mother and other children, especially with this situation, you know, someone here needs to forgive their mother. There's something from the past that although you've continued on with your life, and I say continued on, right? Because obviously your life is not fully on hold. It may feel that way, but that's because whatever it was that happened, that took place, something that you need to forgive, that situation is what stunted your emotional or spiritual or mental growth, right? Because there is a need for forgiving and learning. And you may be feeling as though this person doesn't need or doesn't deserve, is what I heard. They don't deserve your forgiveness. Why should I give them that peace of mind? But it's not about their peace of mind, it's yours. Because your peace of mind comes when you forgive, you learn, and you let go. You release. I feel that there's something that happened. So if there's like a blame that's being thrown at someone, like there's someone specific that you blame for this situation, I feel like you don't know the whole picture. You don't see everything. You only remember whatever you're, you know, at that age that it happened. So if it happened when you were 12, right? If it happened between the ages of 10, 12, whatever it may have been, right? So it happened when you were like a preteen. Your brain, your mind at that age, that is what you recall. You recall that memory, that situation, as though you were still at that age. But now, fast forward to however old you are now. Clearly, your mind has grown. Your coping skills, your, you know, thought process, some of those things start to evolve. But if you suffered from a great deal of pain and trauma, blaming, you know, a particular person for, you know, marriage not working out, relationships not working out, the reason why you don't have a good bond with your children, things like that, why you've been single, why your relationships haven't worked out, I mean, take your pick. By holding on to that is what has stunted your emotional growth, especially if it has to do with, say, a divorce, a separation, custody issues, right? Definitely some sort of legal proceedings. I'm not seeing the full picture here. What aren't you telling me? There was some sort of favor here towards the mother or the woman. So for example, your children got taken away from you. Your mother was the one that took them away. You may have made some mistakes in your past, but I feel like they haven't fully let go of that. Like it's still being held over your head, like this hangman issue, and it just feels like a consistent cycle of 10 of Swords energy, right? What do the Cancer singles need to heal? Love. Love in your life. Relationships. Respect and boundaries within the love you have for yourself, your family, your children, your parents, whatever it may be. Respecting other people's love and ability to love. Because I feel here that someone may have had parent or family member or someone that they were involved with that just didn't know your love language. Didn't know how to show you the type of love that you needed. It does not mean you are not worthy of love. I'm going to say that again. It does not mean you are not worthy of love. That is not why you've been single. You are worthy of love. You are deserving of love. We all have our different path that we're given. If you are going through a rough time, wondering why you've had bad luck in love, and just love relationships in general, the love with your children, the love with your parents, love with family members, friends backstabbing you, you know, you feel like perhaps someone here hasn't been fully accepted for who they are or who they love. You know what I'm talking about. So some of you do have some healing that needs to take place there. Forgive and learn, and start with forgiving yourself. Learn from it, release it. Now, I'm not going to say you got to tell them you forgive them. I mean, that's on you. If you feel that you're still going to hold on to some sort of pain and resentment, even though you're trying to release it, that's just going to hold you back a little more. But it doesn't mean that that's the energy you will always be living in, right? Now, let's move on to the couples with healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive. Fill in the blank, right? Because I just believe that with this card, it goes beyond your parents. Maybe you were the other parent in a couple, you know, partnership. Someone, you know, stepped out of the marriage and you are the parent that should be forgiven. There's the mother figure again. Just do it this way. So you go from a 2-couple partnership to third party issues, situations. And remember, third parties don't necessarily mean sexual activity, emotional, cheating, flirting. It can always be a mother-in-law. Can always be children. I'm hearing you and your partner or spouse are feeling divided because of the children. If you've got one little bratty kid and the other one's like a great kid or something like that, you know, like there's a big difference in personality with the children, and you can't agree on how to discipline, how to punish. Maybe one parent favors one child over the other. That's also healing family issues, okay? I do see that happening here. You know, like the mother wanting to be the nurturer and the father wanting to be the disciplinarian, but it's like you cannot go against each other in a marriage or a partnership. You need to be on the same page, especially when it comes to children, because children are very smart. They will know how to work that to their advantage, right? I mean, you're a kid, you want your way. Who wouldn't? Don't be mad at the kid for making it easy on them, right? So this feels as though there's little tiny situations within a marriage, family, partnership where things need to be healed, clean slated. If you need some alone time, the pillow talk ends up not being, you know, sweet nothings, and it ends up being, listen, honey, don't go against me in front of the kids again. Please don't get mad at me that I said that, but, you know, let's not confuse the kids. Then one kid says it's okay to listen to one parent, and they only listen to the parent they want to when it's convenient to them. We got this. We're a team. Let's do this. I feel as though there's this wavering between parenting styles, and it can, you know, do with the fact that you were raised and brought up differently. So when one parent goes against another parent when disciplining your kids, or who's allowed to do what and who's not, well, it makes the other person feel like they're being stripped of that parental authority, left feeling out in the cold, kind of like, we're never going to get through this discipline issue, this problematic issue with children or in a partnership. If you keep making me look like a fool and going against me, you're essentially telling your kids, our kids, that don't listen to him, don't listen to her, listen to me. So that can create problems within a, you know, marriage, family unit. I feel that one parent here is, how can I say it? I feel like one parent here has some healing to do of their own. Forgive things from their childhood, because now that they're parents, they're cognizant of not wanting to repeat the same mistakes that happened, that they lived through growing up, right? But it's almost as though they can't help themselves, and they know they feel bad after the fact. Like, I know I shouldn't be doing this. Like late at night when they're going to sleep and they're replaying the day and they're realizing, I shouldn't have done that. Oh my God. Like their conscious starts talking to them, their higher self, their, you know, guardian angel, their spirit, whoever it is, you know, starts dropping hints in their mind. Like, listen, you got to stop doing that. And then it's just like this vicious cycle they don't know how to get out of. So what's the deal? What's the problem here? Why the Eight of Swords? Is there some sort of legal issue? Again, oh my God, you guys. I shuffled. The privileged lady comes out again, and instead of adjudication, we got courthouse. So if you are back and forth in a relationship, in a legal separation, okay. if you're going through a divorce or separation or whatever, and you're going through certain legal proceedings, because what I'm hearing is if you've got 2 or more kids, you're dividing the children so they're not all under the same home. You know, you get one, they get another, that type of thing. Or, you know, the other parent wants to take them all. This doesn't feel good. So the one with the most stable home environment and money is the one that will probably come up, the victor here. I also feel as though there could be, perhaps if it's the wealthy male and the privileged lady here, right? So privileged lady wants to stay home, not work, and take care of all the kids. So pay me to take care of the kids. Alimony, child support, you go to work and make the money. And I'm hearing it's cheaper to keep her, which is something someone here has said or done, or, you know, has suggested that. Okay. So, wow. Okay. There is some sort of fortune here, especially if this is someone who is like in the military that travels, comes and goes. I feel like they're trying to justify saying they're never even around. And when they are around, you know, they want to come in and, you know, make all these rules, and the kids are not used to that, and the kids are used to me being consistent and being with them. The kids need to stay with me, that type of thing. Okay. There can also be someone here with health issues, being up there in age. That was the celebration. Wow. The celebration of something coming to an end, like a marriage, a divorce. There is some family issues that need to be healed here. This is leaving me feeling really uneasy. I should have been done with this reading already. What do Cancer couples need to heal from within this partnership, relationship, marriage? Ooh, too many. Home, courage, procrastination, unleash your creativity. Again, let me have one card for Cancer couples. One card for Cancer couples. So again, somebody definitely feels entrapped. This is the current situation at hand. I don't feel like things are going to be moving better. I got to make the most of it. So if you're the Cancer male, or I mean, take your pick. It's a general reading, so apply it to your situation. But clearly someone here feels like they're stuck in whatever, you know, marriage, partnership that they're in. Is it cheaper to keep her? I keep hearing that. Is it more beneficial if I move out? I'm now going to have to pay double rent, mortgage, bills, whatever it may be. Is it financially smart, I guess, if I stay and try to work things out? There's just some uneasiness here. I mean, if you guys aren't happy, find a way to make it work. I don't mean you have to stick around and deal with, you know, abusive behavior, but clearly someone is dealing with issues of self-love if they're trying to be the parent that gets the most love, gets the most respect, gets the most votes. It sounds weird. But I feel like there's one person here, one parent here that is almost competing with the other. And that may have been what they experienced growing up, where perhaps they were the child that was competing with, that had a parent that was competing for their, you know, partner's attention, because the attention was going to the children. It's strange, but I can understand it, because if you don't have self-love, if you don't value yourself for everything that you are and what you bring to the table, if you're not, you know, fully invested in yourself to say, you know what? I know what I'm doing. I know when I'm right. I know when I'm wrong. And you have enough, you know, sense to own up to whatever it is that maybe needs work on. You know, if you need to work on self-love, work on self-love to make this partnership work, whether you decide to stay or go. But at least to be, you know, in the right frame of mind, especially around children, so that the children don't feel that instability or the cycle will continue. That was not what I expected, Cancer. I feel like I need to do another reading for you guys. I may do a bonus reading for you. So if I do, I'll link it here in the, you know, towards the end of the video. But thank you guys so much. Remember, the sign with the most likes and the most views gets a bonus reading the following month. Thank you guys once again. Please join my Patreon. The link is in the description box below. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.